Take four lads from Basildon in England, some synthesizers, a bunch of songs and form a band. They became Depeche Mode.
When we first started, oh man, I mean, all we really wanted to achieve was we wanted to just, you know, do some gigs and I guess, you know, at some point, you know, make a single or something like that. I mean, we never really had any big master plan or anything like that, you know. You know, we were lucky that when we first started, we had a group of friends that sort of, a lot of them that run different like, little clubs and stuff down in the South End, Essex area, and so we got a couple of gigs quite early on. So it's just about rehearsing and making music together. You know, there was no big plan. If anyone ever had a big plan, it was probably Vince in the beginning. I think he probably had a master plan, you know, but we didn't know much about it.
The 80s saw the musical phenomena of the New Romantics, and Depeche Mode were inevitably labelled as part of that scene.
Not really our idea to be labelled New Romantic. It's just there was some, you know, a few bands came up around the same time, and then, you know, unfortunately you get, you know, lumped together.
We were New Romantic for a bit.
I mean, I suppose some of our clothes were embarrassing.
We tried. We tried.
New Romantic in a way, but I think the most embarrassing story revolving around that was, well, I think it was around the time of Broken Frame. Might even have been construction time we're going, when we turned up in Paris, and they had all these massive posters plastered everywhere, and it actually said on our posters, on our tour posters, Kings of the New Romantics. I mean, we had nothing to do with those posters.
You got to remember, at the time we were like 18, 19 years old, and that's just what we were doing. It was like we were going out, we were young, we were teenagers, we were going to clubs and dressing up, and it's all part of like growing up and being a teenager, and you know, we were pretty misguided.
The release of the band's first album, Speak and Spell, saw the departure of songwriter Vince Clarke, a new member, Alan Moulder, and a role change for Martin Gore.
Vince actually told us he was leaving before the first album was released. I mean, he left. He actually stayed with us to a tour, but you know, we were actually aware that he was leaving, you know, before the album was released. And because I was young and, you know, didn't really think too deeply, you know, it was just I didn't worry too much. We just went into a studio and recorded a song that I had written since I was about 16 anyway. You know, I had like a couple of songs that I'd already written.
The song was See You, which was an instant hit.
Really, honestly, don't think that I analysed things that much. You know, I didn't really see it as a big thing that I'd taken over the songwriting mantle from Vince. I mean, it was just a song that we'd done. You know, I didn't really think about it too much.
We just really went from album to album, tour to tour. We've never really like, you know, set ourselves really big expectations. You know, if you do that, you tend to get very disappointed.